Guys, and welcome back to the channel. Held Dominance, Anthony here. Please like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. So in today's video we have a quick look into the French squad for their next meetup, as a 34-man squad has been called by Laurent Fraisenou. We also go through the weekend's NRL fixtures and the results for them with a quick brief recap for all, and also some more information about combines coming from the NARL for people that want to try out and look for a contract for the new inaugural season coming up. As I'm recording this, I'm watching Warrington versus Huddersfield in the Women's Betfred Super League. This is on Twitch/Rugby League, and it's a predominantly women's rugby league focus streaming service. And it's on every Sunday at 12 PM. At this moment in time, Warrington are winning 28 points to 12 with 50 minutes gone. And Georgia Sutherland has gone over twice for Warrington, and Amelia Brown had just gone over for Huddersfield, while Danny Bound scored straight off after a one-on-one strip by Warrington on a Huddersfield player. So as reported on loverugbyleague.com, French coach Laurent Fraisenou has named 34-man training squad to ramp up their preparations for the 2021 World Cup. They'll gather in Bordeaux on May the 2nd and 3rd for a first gathering since Fraisenou replaced Alain Colligny in charge of the national team. Although 21 players come from Catalan and Toulouse, there are 10 different clubs represented in total, including 4 elite championship clubs, 2 Super League clubs and 2 other championship clubs. Fraisenou said the preparations for the World Cup has started with the first gathering, and we cannot wait to meet up with the boys again. This group is composed of 30 players and 4 guest players: Gambaro, Lecomte, Franco and Arthur Morog, because they're all youngsters that are just coming in. I've had a quick look into a couple of the players, and I think, if I'm right, it's it's Corentin Lecomte. He is a 6'8" giant. He's played for Catalan under 19s and also played in the under 23s against English Super League academies. He's played rugby union since he was 10, but his friends were playing rugby league, so he quit union and joined league. As you expect, he's played basketball, but seems like that is very highly rated by Catalan Dragons. Anyway, back to the statement. I want to see some players who have grown in the elite competition alongside those in professional structures. This list is not closed, and I know from experience that between April and October a lot can change with the potential entry of new players. I will therefore be attentive to performance of each during the finals of the Elite Championships, as well as regular season games for players playing in Super League and Championship. So the clubs involved are Carcassonne, Catalan, Toulouse, St Helens, Salford, Saint Estève, I think that's though Catalan B, Avignon, London Broncos, Villeneuve and Halifax. And to this side is the list of the actual players that are involved in the squad. So they're having a meet-up. I don't think they've got any friendlies scheduled for that point, but it is just a gathering to find out how people are progressing at Elite Level 1 status, and hopefully they'll become a force for this next World Cup in England on the beginning in October. So let's see how these boys play out. So as we're going on to the NRL results for the weekend, we start off with Penrif versus Newcastle Knights, which ended 24 points to 6. There was some upset from Penrith Panthers coach Ivan Cleary, who claimed that the opposition tactics have a specific tactic to try and disrupt the perfect start of the 2021. He bemoaned the slow attempts of the play the ball, and he does not believe it's an isolated incident, revealing that he reached out to referee's boss Jared Maxwell about the topic. I thought we were on top for most of the game, Cleary told reporters after that. So next we'll look at the defences on top game between Gold Coast Titans and also South Sydney Rabbitohs. A first half hat-trick by David Fafita gave Titans a lead of 24-10 when it came into the half time. The favourites for the Premiership in the NRL came back to win the game 40 points to 30. According to all reports, it was the back line of the Rabbitohs that pulled them back into it, including a fantastic effort from Benji Marshall, who led the Bunnies to their winning margin. Next, we look at Kevin Walters and his Broncos side, who were comprehensively beaten by the Parramatta Eels 46-6. Walters revealed just what kind of message he was trying to get through to his troops when pictured holding up the Broncos jersey to his players. He called the performance diabolical, especially the defensive performance. And it's been shown, if you have a look on the internet, you see Kevin Walters walking around the dressing room in front of all his players with a Broncos jersey in his left hand. He's giving it to them, really telling them the jersey has got to mean more than just running out in it. That's what good clubs, the clubs that are doing well at the moment, they've got pride in their jersey. So he was very unhappy about it. Corey Parker, who the Broncos great, said that there should be huge concerns after lackluster performances pulled apart for their right edge defence. Yeah, Broncos not having the best of time at this moment. Now we'll look at the Sharks versus the Bulldogs, as Bulldogs coach Trent Barrett fights back the tears after an emotional win. It's the first win of 2021 for the Bulldogs, and Canterbury's coach Barrett made history to become the first team to use the new 18th man rule when Brandon Wakeham was brought on the field for the final minute as a result of Matt Dury being ruled out at half time due to an act of foul play. So speaking on the actual performance, that's the best win I've been involved with in my coaching career, and even as a player, Barrett said. It's meant a hell of a lot to us all. No one really knows what goes on in the four walls of our football club, and the emotion in getting prepared every week. I'm really proud of them. They showed a lot of resolve, determination, grit and care for the club, which is really important. So the next game is one that I was able to catch up with, and it was the Canberra Raiders versus North Queensland Cowboys at Townsville, where the North Queensland Cowboys won 26 points to 24. The Raiders were dominant for most of the first half as Josh Papali ran over the top of the home side, and they led 24-12 at the break. but a controversial try and a penalty kick in the final 20 minutes iced the Cowboys' third successive win. For Canberra, they failed to score a point after half-time, and that continues to be a worrying trend. They have now lost 3 on the trot and scored only 44 points in the last 3 weeks. Yes, they had the controversial decision to go against them, where it looked like the North Queensland player was offside for their kick leading up to the try to make it 22-24 kick to come. But after a great first half by Canberra, unfortunately the old frailties came in. They didn't turn up in the second half. Lots for the coaching there to look into. Valentine Holmes was punted to the wing for the start of the year, and now has gone into the star of the show with 165 metres, 5 tackle busts, a try assist, a line break assist, as well as 2 kicks in play. He was on kicking duty as well and had a perfect night. Ricky Stewart has got to be unhappy with the performance of Canberra, and will look to get the formula right. West Tigers played Manly Seagulls, who, with the return in Trbojevic, did really well for his 2 tries, and Trbojevic. And it does look like that Manly season starts now. Michael Maguire's side handed Manly a 52-18 loss in a trial match, but the likes of Tom and Jake Trbojevic and Daly Cherry Evans didn't play that day. So with their 3 stars back together in the Manly Seagulls side, it was only going to be one decision one way, I'm afraid, and it so proved. Next we look at the Sydney City Roosters' impressive 34-10 results over St George Illawarra Dragons. Unfortunately, in the first half, James Tedesco was lost to concussion. He was knocked out of the game by an illegal high shot from Dragons winger Jordan Pereira. One of 2 Red V players who are likely to be charged for separate incidents. So yeah, going to the review committee there, it's going to be a bit difficult if they lose a couple of players. St George Illawarra and not doing so well at this moment in time anyhow. The Roosters lack some serious leadership, with a number of experienced players sidelined. As I mentioned, James Tedesco joined Luke Carey and Boyd Cordner, as well as Jake Friend, as the Premiership stars missing from Premiership stars missing from the field today. 18-year-old whiz kid Sam Walker took up the mantle of leader on the pitch, and he looked to go up the gears when Tedesco was knocked out of the game. He scored a brilliant solo try in the second half, which proves the depth for the Dragons. He ran over the top of 2 defenders to fight his way to the try line and break any hopes of a Dragons comeback. And finally, we'll look at the Melbourne Storm's victory over the New Zealand Warriors in Melbourne. It's ended 42 points to 20. Not by any means an easy game, as New Zealand Warriors were one of the teams that were 100% record for the NRL season still. But Jerome Hughes has propelled to the top of the list of top players in the Melbourne Storm team, as he produced 4 try assists in the opening 40 minutes to rocket the Storm out of the blocks. And as I said, it ended 42 points to 20. George Jennings dotted down in the corner in the opening minutes. Felice Calfuzzi and Nico Hines were the next two that were over the line. All three supplied by Hughes, and then Hughes made it 4 assists for the half when he put over Remy Smith for a long range try to have Warriors shell shocked. Smith would finish his night with a double to his name, while Josh Adokar as well managed to cross over twice despite a slow start. So Haynes has impressed in the number 1 jersey, filling in for the injured star Ryan Pappenhausen, who's sidelined with an AC shoulder joint injury. Warriors team star Rhys Walsh had a tough debut but managed to show his class in glimpses, particularly setting up Ken Morimalu for a late double. He would finish Maumalu would finish the night as the only scorer for the Warriors, racking up a hat-trick in Melbourne. Well, we're coming to the end of the video, so I'll finish off with a little bit of information from the Eastern Conference of the NARL. The Washington DC Cavalry are holding a tryout combine session on May the 8th and May the 9th at Jenny Dean Park in Manassas, Virginia. People who are interested in joining the club or in any capacity, please get in touch with Ryan Burrows on his email, and that is ryanburrows@dccavalryrugby.com. They're looking for predominantly US based players, as other arrangements have been made to players that are from overseas, but they will not begrudge anyone who is interested to making their way to Manassas for any trial days. Any gentlemen that are interested in rugby league and in the Washington area, do get in touch with Ryan, because you could be the next star for rugby league. Don't forget, it's paid TV work. Every game is going to be held on Sportsflick, the Australian streaming service, and you could be showing off to your friends that you're an actual paid athlete. How many of your friends could say that? Now, I'll do that again. The email address is rburrows@dccavalryrugby.com. It's there. So, get in touch. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Remember also that the race to 100 is on still, where you could win one of the exclusive Held Dominance t-shirts. Have a look on my Twitter account for what they're like. All that you need to do is say done if you're subscribed, and then tell me your size in UK sizes, and I'll deliver it, the t-shirt that is, to anywhere in the world, totally free to you, just because you're a dominator. It's something I'm trying out for you guys who enjoy watching these videos. But again, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry to say that Huddersfield Giants have been knocked out of the Women's Challenge Cup, the Betfred Women's Challenge Cup, by Huddersfield, 38 points to 12. But never mind, hopefully they'll have a good season in the Women's Super League, so that they can survive with the rest of the teams. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.